Alright, so we'll see how this turns out here. I'm out here by the road, so may have some traffic running by, but I've always meant to do this, but nobody's really asked about it until now, and that made it a lot easier to take the time to do it. Somebody had asked about making pocket stake antenna mounts, and you can buy some from Breedlove if you want to spend 35 to 65 bucks a piece, or you can actually make your own for under 10 bucks. At any of the truck stops you can usually find the pocket stake mounts. Usually the top of them looks like this. It goes down in through your pocket stake mount and it attaches to the bed of your pickup truck. So I've modified mine. I've got a pair of them. I think I paid less than 5 bucks a piece for them. You're going to need to use a barrel connector, or not a barrel, but a feed-through bulkhead connector, an SO239 bulkhead, to replace the threaded portion in the original pocket bed stake. But essentially that's all there is to it. Is you'll have to drill that out a little bit to fit your bulkhead connector, and then I found it helpful to use the heavy-duty oversized nuts to go around the bulkhead connector on both sides of this mount here, and then you can connect your coax to the bottom of it. It just essentially slips down into the pocket stake hole, and once you get it down in there, it just twists, and I've got mine cut out here pretty tight for my bed liner. And once you get it back down in there, you just tighten up the screws. It takes a little bit of finesse to get those nuts in the right position so that the bulkhead connector here comes up at the correct height. But I don't think you can find anything stronger for the money, at least. This works really well. And get these back in here. That tightened up there real good, and yeah, that's not going to move, and you're not going to have any flimsy quarter panel installations or door installations where the sheet metal is thin. This is meant to have a heavy tie down strapped to it, and I haven't seen any big screwdriver antennas mounted to them, but I've got the Yaesu ATAS-100 here. And once you get that mounted in there, you just screw it right down, and this, it actually pulls down and tightens itself on the mount. So you can see that, that's the full-size ATAS-100 before the ATS-120, the little one. But what you can do after that, that's a good solid mount. I haven't found that this part of the truck causes a whole lot of reflection or changes the SWR. It just isn't that much. Now I've got another one over there on the other side of the truck. I run the ATS-100 for HF and 6 meters on this side, and then on the other side I've got the dual band jet stream. That's a pretty hefty, good sized antenna too, for 2 and 440. So I run one on each side. And it's real nice because you can run your cable, run your coax straight down the side of the pickup bed because it's hollow. And then it'll come out know if I'm going to be able to see it, but anyway, it comes out down here at the bottom in between the cab. Figure out where I'm at. Alright, so here's the bed, here's the cab, so you got a space in between here. And on the Ford, you've got these vents that are actually on the back of the cab, and they're covered up, and actually they're open. So there's just slits in there that I've actually routed my coax through into the cab. So you can do it that way. I did it that way one time, or I also ran all the way up Alright, here we go. So I've got my coax here. See if I can. We're looking at the underside going towards the front of the pickup. And you can see that I've got a copper braid that I have bolted to the frame for ground. And then the coax I've got running all the way up. It's a long ways up there because this is an F350 with a full-size bed and crew cab. But just in front of the transmission is right where my center console is. And so I drilled a hole up through the floor there and routed my coax up through the floor right to where the radio is. So I found that this works really good. It's easy to route the cables. And here's what it looks like going up towards the antenna. You got the gas filler neck here, and then here's your coax going up through the side of the bed of the pickup, and you can see here that it's hollow. So it just comes right down there and lets you can ground it and run your coax through there. Straight up here to the top, and you got a really nice stable antenna mount, and under 10 bucks instead of 65. Works great. If you want to spend a little time doing it yourself, I'd highly recommend it.